Hey, my name is Heather. This is my school culture review. In this recording, I'll identify 5 strengths that my school or district demonstrates, followed by 5 weaknesses that each are supported by a research-based source published within the last 10 years. One of our strongest areas is the high level of trust among teachers. Staff members collaborate openly. We share ideas and materials often, rely on each other for emotional and instructional support. We are often meeting weekly to share things that are going well in our classroom and things that may not be going well, and offering up ideas that may be able to help our students to be able to better understand the curriculum. Research shows this is critical. According to Goddard, Kim, and Miller, 2021, collective teacher trust significantly improves school function and instructional quality. I know for myself this has been a benefit, going from reading to teaching math. Sometimes I'm not quite sure why my students may not get a standard or understand the skill, and so this is really helpful to with being able to identify those gaps and help my students where they need it. Our second strength is the presence of strong, effective professional learning communities. Grade level and content area teams meet consistently and use student data to shape instruction. Vocal and Criswell's 2017 found that function and PLCs enhance teacher practice, collective responsibility, and overall student achievement. We meet and we talk and discuss using research-based methods to help our students. We have a lot of seasoned teachers. We also have some new teachers that are fresh out of college that are able to offer their experience. There's also clearly articulated shared versions that guides decision making. The school mission is reinforced during faculty meetings, displayed throughout the building, and embedded in our improvement plans. This aligns with the findings of Day, Gu, Sammons, 2016, who concluded that schools with a shared leadership vision experience stronger outcomes and higher staff cohesion. Our fourth strength is strong administrative support. Our administrators are often present. They'll come into our classrooms, pick up on the lesson. Sometimes they'll just start teaching the lesson. And they make themselves very visible throughout the day whenever we're needed. It seems like if we think about them, they're showing up. They provide constructive feedback and focus on teacher growth. Sebastian Hung and Allensworth 2019 emphasized that effective principals, particularly instructional leaders, positively influence teacher satisfaction, school comment, and student learning. I know recently our admin has changed, although we had a fantastic principal previously. And this new role, our new principal is offering the same support and help. He's often in our classroom to help us as needed, but also at the same time he gives us trust, knowing that we are professionals, and he trusts us with that. And so that helps take away the stress and not having to worry about whether we're doing something right or maybe we forgot the I can statement, that kind of thing. So having that strong administrative support, it goes a long ways. We feel like we can teach without being constantly having to look over our backs and worried about doing something wrong. Finally, our school excels at building strong student-teacher relationships. Teachers demonstrate warmth, fairness, respect, and students feel like they are loved and valued. I know for myself in my classroom, I feel like if you can't reach their emotional and all the other physical needs and all that, you're not going to be able to teach them. And once we meet those needs, if you can teach them those things, maybe it's because they don't have schools or anything the clothes and things they need for school. But if you can get to those things, you'll be able to teach that child. One of my quotes that I actually have for my email is, if those children are unresponsive, maybe you can't teach them yet, but you can love them. If you love them today, maybe you can teach them tomorrow, by Jeffrey R. Holland. To me, I really believe in that, because these kids sometimes need more than just the instruction. Sometimes they need a pair of shoes or a jacket. Those kind of things are so important. And I don't think 1 second about, hey, do you need this? I got this in my closet. Here you go. Teachers demonstrate this throughout our whole school. We're often, especially when the hurricane hit and Hurricane Helene last year, we've seen our teachers come out and support the community in a way that was just mind-blowing. We offered things and food and supplies to all of our kids and made sure all the needs were met. This is finally our school. Let's say that goes with Rorta, Split, Human, and Ort, 2017. They found that positive teacher-student relationships significantly increase student engagement and academic motivation. If you can get these kids, if you can reach them in that way, you'll be able to reach them in other ways. Some of my toughest kids, once I have able to meet those other needs that they really need, the basic needs, physical needs, emotional needs, then they're able to excel in my classroom. While these strengths do build a solid foundation for school culture, there are also areas that need improvement. So now I will discuss the 5 weaknesses supported by research. Despite some communication tools, parent engagement is consistent, and not all families participate in school activities or decision making. We've only had a select few to show for our parent engagement events. Janice 2016 stated that concluded that strong parental involvement has significant effects on academic achievement, especially in diverse or underserved communities. We see that often, and it's so important to have that parent support. There's variation in how teachers enforce rules and behavior expectations. Students sometimes receive different consequences depending on that classroom. I am more of the laid-back teacher. Like, if you got to stand on your head to learn, that's okay with me. I get it. My child's that way. I'm that way. But in another classroom, that may not be acceptable. So teachers, but it all goes back to knowing your students and knowing what they need and how to better meet those needs with your students in your classroom. According to Simpson, Freeman, Dooley, Maddock, and Kern 2015, consistent school-wide expectations improve student behavior and reduce discipline referrals. And we do, as a whole, try to stay on the same page. But when you have a variety of teachers in different ages and backgrounds and things like that, there's bound and determined to be some different discrepancies with how they handle discipline. Teachers express that some major instructional policy decisions are made without sufficient teacher input. Very recently, we had an issue with using a program we did not agree with. We knew the research, we felt that research was not there to support that this program worked. Despite that, they still went ahead with that, and some of the teachers were very angry about that because we knew that it just wasn't a good fit. Liu and Hallinger in 2018 found that teacher participation and decision-making strengthens school climate, trust, and organizational commitment. Many professional development sessions are often one-size-fits-all, then targeted to experience level or the subject area. I myself like many different things. I've taught SPED. I've had reading. I've done dyslexia, gifted, Orton Gillingham, and now I'm teaching math. So I feel like sometimes we need different type of professional development and not just that one size fits all and everybody goes to that and that's what you're going to do and everybody learns the same thing. Darling, Hammond, Heiler, Gardner, 2017, identified that differentiated and sustained PD, professional development, as a key characteristic of effective professional learning. Observations and data show that academic rigor varies significantly from classroom to classroom. I am a from bell to bell teacher. That is somewhat annoying sometimes for coworkers that do not do that. They're in the hallway, that kind of thing. So that, to me, is one of our weaknesses because we should all be doing that same thing, teaching from bell to bell, being in there and being on task with our students and teaching every chance we have. Jensen, Sonneman, Roberts, Hull, and Hunter, 2016, found that effective teacher development directly increases instructional rigor, depth, and learning. And everybody has different things going on, but I also feel like if we're all on the same page and the expectations are the same and there's no like one favorite and that kind of stuff, then our students will excel the most. To conclude, the strengths and weaknesses identified in this school cultural review closely connect with Knowles' adult learning theory. Knowles states that adult learners are self-directed, bring prior experience, require relevance, and are problem-centered and need to immediately apply new learning. Knowles, Holton, and Swanson, 2015. Our strengths, such as the trust, the collaboration, supportive leadership, aligns with this theory because they foster autonomy, respect teachers' prior knowledge, and provide meaningful opportunities for adults to learn from one another. However, our several weaknesses reflect what happens when adult learning principles are not fully applied. For example, when the professional development is not differentiated and when teacher voice is limited, the core principles of relevance, autonomy, and self-direction are violated. Additionally, inconsistencies in behavior and instructional rigor reduce opportunities for teachers to apply learning in practical, real-world context. By analyzing our school culture through Knowles' lens, it becomes clear that strengthening adult learning conditions, especially through differentiated PD, professional development, increased teacher input, and clear consistency across the board will improve both the teacher effectiveness and student achievement. Thank you for listening to my school culture review. My list to the YouTube link is provided in the comment section. Thank you. Have a good day.